Hello, welcome to the Backyard Machine Shop. Well, today we're going to rebuild the X-Mark 52-inch Ultra Cut 52-inch deck. Now, I took it off. I've already taken the spindle off. I'm replacing all the spindles. They're not bad yet, but I don't think they'd last a season. Replacing both idler pulleys. This idler pulley actually is probably okay. It might last a couple years. This one is rough, and this idler pulley has basically seen its better days. So we've got the parts to replace those. I need to probably take this off and look at it and see what we need to do. I've got new wheels. We're going to replace all the wheels, and we're going to clean this little bit of rust up right here, and get it just put some undercoating on it, keep it from rusting back up. Let's turn the deck around. All right, so like I said, I removed one spindle. Right now it's set up for mulching. I don't mulch. It's the kind of grass I have. I don't really have a nice lawn. I just got weeds, and so just gonna keep it cut. So I'm gonna convert this back over to a high lift system. The mulching baffles are bad anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them out. So we're gonna take those out and replace the blades. Like I said, we're replacing the spindles. Other than that, the deck's in great shape. These are really well built machines. I'll show you that in the spindles, and let's get to it. So now it naturally wants to sit this way, so I'm gonna have to spin it around and work on it. So I'm just gonna go at it, take it apart, and probably do most of that off camera, and I'll come back and show you what's going on. And these spindles, they come apart relatively easy. All right, guys, so we got everything taken apart. I've left the chains on. I didn't see any reason taking them off. Now, I've cleaned up this area in here, and I put some I guess it's muriatic acid or rust cutter. Let's see what's in this stuff. A proprietary blend of acids and drying agents, but I'm pretty sure it's like a muriatic or phosphoric acid. All right, so we cleaned this up. We sprayed it down with the rust cutter, and we're going to paint this area in here with just some primer and some undercoating, just to keep it from the rust from spreading anymore. Try to anyway. There's a couple areas outside of there that probably need some touch up too, but not too concerned with it. The rest of the mower didn't get painted. I'm not really worried about this. My goal wasn't a full-blown restoration, but more of a just get it back in service. So on this side, we've taken out all of the you probably can see it on the floor behind it. Taken out all the mulching kit, the baffles. And see what mulchers does, it keeps everything contained inside of its inside of its area, its blade area, and just chews it all up. Now this will flow. It'll flow out the discharge chute. Now I still need to find me a discharge chute, but I'm not too worried about that right now. The only area I've seen in here is any significant damage was right here. There's a little area that's bent and really thin. It may have to be replaced at one time, but other than that, everything else is in pretty good shape, good and solid. A lot different than them stamped decks that we get with the cheaper lawnmowers. So I'm going to finish this up tonight, get it painted, and tomorrow we'll start reassembly, and maybe we can get it on the deck, on the mower the next couple of days. Still waiting on a couple parts. Alright guys, got the deck finished, getting ready to put it back on the mower. We're going to be cutting grass in a little bit. What I've done is, well, let's start over here. Alright guys, so we got the deck finished, ready to go back on the mower. Replaced just about everything on it except for these pulleys, and this setup here was in good shape. Placed all the idlers. Replaced all the wheels, replaced the blades, and replaced all the spindles, all the bolts, everything. So should be good to go. Got to get it back on the mower, and that's probably going to take a little while, but that's next. So coming along well, we'll be cutting grass soon. So here we are. I've already taken it out for a little test cut. It's cutting good, so I wanted to show you the end results. So I got a little patch of grass left this year that needs to be cut. I'm going to end up cutting the whole yard, but this area right here I'm going to concentrate on. What have we done to the mower? Well, we placed a Predator engine on it. We had to build a couple motor mounts. We rebuilt the hydraulic drives. We flushed and flushed the wheel motors. We replaced everything on the deck, basically. New spindles, new idler pulleys, new belts, and so on. The other thing I had to do is I had to replace the engagement system. The electronics, the switch was bad, plus I bypassed a lot of the safeties. I did incorporate a safety in the seat where the blades will not run without the seat on. Other than that, a lot of new nuts and bolts, and a couple other things. So what I want to do now, like I said, I've cut a little bit of grass. You can see it's kind of dirty. I'm going to cut this area right out front here, and then I'm going to end up finishing up the whole yard. So just stay tuned and see how it's going. Oh, still waiting on my seat, and I've ordered a chute for the discharge. Should be here in the next couple of days. Other than that, seat's kind of hard, so have to get on him about getting it finished. All right, guys. I can tell you right now, never buy a standard regular lawn tractor again. Zero turn is the way to go. Predator engine did great. I just cut an 1.5 hour job down to probably 30 minutes. So, man, this thing is awesome. I'm ready for next spring when we have to start cutting again. This is probably it for the year. There was one thing I replaced, trying to think, I said everything, but also replaced the dampers in the controls. That made a world of difference on how this thing handled. And with the exception of a short period there, I still only ran this thing at like half throttle. So it's strong, and like I said, never will I ever buy another standard mower. Now, a lot of people ask how much I had in this thing. I paid $650 for the motor, more, $600 for the motor. That's $1,250, and I think I've got another $400 in it. So I've got about $1,700. I can do an itemized list, but for $1,700, I've been looking on Craigslist, and you can buy a motor, a used motor, a mower for about that price. But this one's had the pump rebuilt. It's had new motor. Yes, a Predator motor. Right now it's strong. I mean, maybe we'll see how it lasts. I got 1,468 hours on it, and I think I just put, you know, like I said, another 30 or 40 minutes on it. So today, so we'll keep up with how many hours we put on it. Again, I'm gonna go down and mow my mom's grass, and she's got about 5 acres there, and I've got probably about 4 here that I mowed. So again, I mowed this front yard in 20 or 30 minutes. The backyard takes about the same amount of time. So altogether, it usually takes me about 2 hours to mow the whole thing. I'm looking forward to seeing how long it takes with this thing. So that'll end this build. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all my new subscribers. Thanks for all the comments, and thanks for the like button. I think we're going to be back on the Pratt & Whitney lathe starting maybe from the backyard machine shop. So long. Now, everywhere I read about the Predator engine said that they had to choke it every time they started it, but this thing is sweet.